Jake strolled through the park, enjoying the crisp autumn air. Leaves crunched under his feet. He noticed a sleek black phone on a bench. Curious, he picked it up. It felt strangely cold. The screen glowed with a message.
They're coming. Get to the safe place. The clock is ticking.
Jake's heart pounded. Who was this message for? What was the safe place? He scrolled through the phone, but it was locked. He had to find the owner. He slipped the phone into his pocket, a shiver running down his spine. This was no ordinary lost phone. Something felt very wrong. He decided to go to the police station after checking the park for any clues. The message felt urgent. As he hurried along the path, the hair on the back of his neck stood on end. He felt like he was being watched. Turning quickly, he saw only swaying trees and shadows lengthening in the fading light. But the feeling of dread remained. Jake's phone vibrated in his pocket. He stopped, his breath catching in his throat. It was the strange phone.
Hello?
A distorted voice on the other end sent chills down his spine.
You found the phone. Good. Follow the map. Time is running out.
The line went dead. Jake's hand trembled as he pulled the phone away from his ear. Map? What map? He opened the phone again, and a chill shot through him. A map had materialized on the screen. It displayed a winding route through the city, leading to a remote area outside town. He had to make a choice. Should he follow the instructions of this mysterious caller? He decided to trust his gut. Something was wrong, and he needed answers. He hailed a cab, his heart pounding in his chest. The driver looked at him curiously as he showed him the location on the map.
You sure you want to go there, kid? It's pretty deserted out that way.
Jake hesitated for a moment.
Yes, just drive.
The cityscape faded behind them, replaced by dark, desolate fields. The driver grew increasingly agitated, glancing at Jake in the rearview mirror.
Almost there.
The driver muttered, his voice tight with tension. He pointed to a dimly lit diner ahead.
This is it.
Jake's pulse quickened. The diner looked abandoned, its windows dark and grimy. He paid the driver, who sped away without a backward glance. Stepping out of the warmth of the car, Jake was met with a blast of cold air. He pulled his jacket tighter around himself and approached the diner, each step echoing in the silence. The neon sign above the door flickered erratically, casting an eerie glow on the deserted parking lot. He pushed open the door, a wave of unease washing over him. The diner was empty. Dust caked the tables and the air hung thick with the smell of decay. The only sound was the low hum of a broken refrigerator in the corner.
He pulled out the phone. The screen flickered and a new message appeared. Table for one?
Jake's blood ran cold. He slowly turned, his eyes scanning the empty diner. He was alone, but he couldn't shake the feeling that someone, or something, was watching him. His heart raced as he sat at the counter. He felt a cold shiver, despite the sweat prickling his skin.
This was insane. He was letting a strange phone lead him on a wild goose chase. He had to get out of there.
Just as he stood to leave, he noticed something on the counter. A small antique key lay half hidden beneath a pile of dust.
The phone vibrated in his hand. A new image appeared on the screen, a photograph of an old, abandoned theater on the outskirts of town. He recognized it instantly. It was the same theater his grandfather used to tell him stories about, the one that had been closed for decades.
He knew then. This was more than just a lost phone. It was a connection to his past, and he was determined to uncover the truth. He found the theater just as the last rays of sunlight faded from the sky. The once grand building was now a decaying hulk, its facade crumbling and overgrown with weeds. He tried the key in the rusted lock. It clicked open with a groan. The air inside was thick with dust and the silence was heavy, almost suffocating. He stepped inside, his heart pounding.
His phone vibrated, the screen illuminating the darkened theater with an eerie glow. "Welcome, Jake," it read. "You found your way."
A figure emerged from the shadows, his features hidden in the darkness.
You shouldn't have this, the figure hissed, reaching for the phone.
Jake stumbled back, fear gripping him. As the figure got closer, the phone slipped from his grasp, clattering to the floor.
A blinding light filled the theater, and when Jake opened his eyes, he was back on the park bench. The phone was gone. He looked around frantically, but there was no sign of the mysterious figure, the abandoned theater, or the strange map.
Had it all been a dream? He didn't know what to believe. But one thing was certain. He would never forget this day, and he would never look at a lost phone the same way again.